Welcome back to the podcast. It is August 25th, a Tuesday. I told you I was going to hop into NFL content. Today is that day. We're going to go through stacks. All right. We're going to do a series of stacks for each and every NFL division. Today is going to be the AFC East edition. It's a new wave. All right. I understand you guys want to, when you're building these lineups, you need correlation. It works in DraftKings. This goes for best ball especially as well. This goes for seasonal leagues. This goes for FanDuel and DraftKings, like I said before. When you're building your lineup, making your team. A perfect example of last year. If you had Lamar Jackson late, you got him. You probably definitely got him late. If he's having a huge year, you want correlation. All right. You want the guys he's throwing to. You're missing out on points. Now, say you have Lamar Jackson and you're matching him with, which could be feasible. You could have had Christian McCaffrey, would have been crazy. That would have been crazy. And then you're matching him with other wide receivers. You can do all this, but still have your stack as well. Because last year you could have had Lamar Jackson. You could have had Christian McCaffrey. You could have got Mark Andrews late. And then you could have got Mark Ingram in the mid rounds as well. Since he was a very good back. Finish top 15. And all this is correlating to your quarterback. And then if you needed a wide receiver, that would have been Marquise Brown, who had a solid year as a rookie. Definitely went off that week one. But when you're looking for high upside. Oh, and here's my boy Lamar Jackson right here. Got the pop of him. He's an up and coming star right here. If you get these guys, if you definitely think he's going to go off, you need to pair it with his pass catchers, okay? The only downfall of this is you're going to have one bye week with a ton of losses, okay? Would you rather have one bye week that, I'll have a whole bunch of fill-ins, or would you have little gaps and slowly you could lose 2 or 3 games because of that, or just sacrifice one? All right. This is also about that strategy and the fact that you're trying to maximize your pick at quarterback, right? We care about so much, right? We get Dak Prescott. We got Dak Prescott last year. We want him to have a good year, right? You want to match him with Amari Cooper, which you could have done. You want to match him with Michael Gallup. You had those 3 stacks right there. You're set most of those weeks. One is going to go off one, and then the other does like middle. Another similar situation, Jameis Winston. That offense is 100% gunslinger, and they're going to put up points. I wish I had all 3 of them in one team. Jameis Winston, Chris Godwin, Mike Evans. You could have killed it. And they all were very gettable. Mike Evans in the high rounds. Chris Godwin was being slept on. And I got him in every single league. He was slept on and going around that. I was very bullish. I got him in like round 5, a little bit higher, round 4. Because I knew it was going to happen. And then you could have got Jameis Winston late. All right? These are all strategies you need to implement and that are very, very huge in your fantasy leagues. All right? Like I said, best ball, DraftKings, and seasonal. All right? They're very, very crucial, especially when it gets to that playoff time. Now it's a lesser chance. You're facing a lesser opponent right now, and now you have correlation throughout a whole game, and especially a game that a team might need to win. You're getting your points from your quarterback. You're getting your points from the running back, the wide receiver, and the tight end. All that is coming to you. You're not missing not one dime. Say that team scores 40 points. You getting all those points, and then that leaves your opponent behind because he's banking on maybe one wide receiver to go off. That's not always a guarantee. But if I'm secure in a top-tier offense and I got all their players, then I'm good. All right? It's a different strategy, but it's been working. It's been working for every person that won the Millionaire Maker in DraftKings week after week. It stacks. It's correlation. So why not seasonal if we're playing week after week? If you secure yourself in a good offense, you need to have correlation, all right? So in this AFC East edition, we're going to be going with, first, I'm going to skip Miami because I don't really care for that stack. Tua he's going to be worked in. He's going to work himself into the starting lineup. He is not the number one quarterback right now. Ryan Fitzpatrick is, and that's not that much of an appealing stack. I definitely like Preston Williams and my other boy, what's his name, and Devontae Parker, but that's not a whole stack I'm definitely looking for. And Mike Gesicki. So you could still go for it. If you, especially in like a keeper league, you can get yourself to a super late once he takes over. If you already have Devontae Parker, who's going in the mid rounds, round 5 and 6, you can definitely have that, and then Mike Gesicki. But I don't know if you want to bank on a rookie. That's the other thing. All right. So the first stack we're going to look at the New England Patriots. This one is going to take time. You definitely can steal Cam Newton very, very late. He's going in, like, what is it, round 12, 13? If I just go to QBs and the ESPN Live draft trends, he's the 14th quarterback, pick 136. He's going super, super late, so you definitely have time to get him. And I would match him with 100% Damian Harris right now at the beginning of the season. He's going to take a huge workload. And we know the benefit of having a running back mixed with Cam Newton, with a running quarterback. All right. Keeps the defense, unbalanced. And you could definitely see holes for Damian Harris. A very huge talent coming out of Alabama is finally getting the opportunity to be that number one back. And sorry, Sony Michel, you're going to be the dude that's going to bear the bad news when you come back, when Damian Harris is absolutely smashing it, all right? And he's going super late. He's going around that same time, pick 130. But actually 141, according to ADP. So the pass catcher is the tough part. This one you would definitely have to wait for. Of course, you want to choose Edelman, who's going around 8, round 9. You can choose him. I don't know if he's going to be the number one target for Cam Newton, or I like a little sleeper here, N'Keal Harry, who has the height, the size, the speed. Definitely is an option for Cam Newton to make him, N'Keal Harry, a breakout. All right, so that will be the New England stack. Very, very low owned, very easily to get. You can build your whole team. You can have another quarterback and then build in that New England stack. All right, if you really believe in that offense. All right. So that's going to be the first stack. That New England will be Cam, Damian Harris, Edelman, or Harry. All right. The tight ends, I'm not too sure. They got rookies. They got Asiasi, who's been the guy that they've been talking about lately. That's all I've been hearing about. I've just been hearing about Asiasi right here. Is it Devin Asiasi? Yeah, Devin Asiasi. But I've been hearing talks about that. He's a really good blocker. So as long as he block, he'll be on the field. And that's a benefit. The next stack in this AFC East division, you have the Buffalo Bills. Okay, we're going to clear out the New England Patriots. The Buffalo Bills, obviously, their quarterback, Josh Allen, had a huge, huge year last year. I definitely liked him as a sleeper last year because I had him in a couple leagues. The rushing upside is very huge. I don't like him as a quarterback talent-wise because I'm a Jets fan, and that he has some inaccuracy problems, but you cannot deny the rushing. And that is going to be huge in fantasy. It's basically a cheat code. As you see week to week, week 18, 9 attempts, 92 yards. 7 attempts, 43 yards. 7 attempts, 28 yards, a touchdown. These are things that are boosting your quarterback's fantasy points week by week. 10 rushes, 43 yards, 1 touchdown. All right, it goes through the whole. He had a huge, huge year in the rushing department, and I don't see that changing right now. He still has the same tendencies. Now he has a diva wide receiver. He's going to need to put the ball on the money 100% of the time now, because if Diggs gets those passes that are going over his head, he's going to say something. He is not shy of talking to his quarterback at all. All right. So now you're 100% accountable now, Josh Allen, and good luck with Stephon Diggs. So if I was doing a stack, I would just do simply Diggs, because this team is not that much of a throwing team, because Allen takes so much of the offense rushing as well, And then you forget they have running backs, so they're going to be rushing the ball with either Singletary or Zach Moss. I understand some hype for some ESPN guys about Singletary. Personally, I like Zach Moss better. You can get him a little bit later. That's up to you. You can choose either or, but I like Zach Moss better. The rookie coming in, most likely getting those goal line gore downs. Zach Moss has also been being raved about in the pass catching ability as well. So he definitely can take over, or at least make this into a 50-50, or whoever the hot hand is. Zach Moss is definitely a guy out of Utah who has some measurables that are going to be outstanding. All right, so let me double check. Let me go to Player Profiler really quick. This might be a long video, so it is what it is. Actually, it might not. I got one more team. So, Player Profiler, definitely, if you want to look up the guys that you're drafting and look at spark score and speed, these are things you need to quantify in guys that you're looking for. It translates straight to NFL. All right, so I understand. For example, Clyde Edwards-Helaire, he is being hyped about because he's on the Kansas City Chiefs, not because he's super fast. He's not the best talent. The best talent at running back was between Jonathan Taylor, hands down, and DeAndre Swift. They have the speed. They have the elusiveness. They have everything. They're a 99 percentile. Edwards-Helaire runs a 4.6. He's slow and a plotter. He has some elusiveness, but it's him being boosted on that team, on that Kansas City offense. All right. This is Zach Moss. This is hilarious when I seen this. The Podfather who runs this website put the Jordan crying face on Zach Moss. All right, and it's pretty funny that he's best comparable to Monty Ball. He has decent speed at 4.65, a decent 40. Everything else is pretty low, but his pass catching ability is going to be a key for him in this offense. All right. If you're looking for a cheap tight end, he had an okay season last year, Dawson Knox, but it's just the passing volume that you see from Josh Allen. It's not that much. More of Cole Beasley would be the next wide receiver I'm looking at in this offense. And these guys are definitely 100% gettable. You get Devin Singletary first or Zach Moss. No, actually, you get Stephon Diggs first in round 4 or 5. You come down 5 and 6, you can get your Singletary, or if you wait 7 or 8, you can get your Zach Moss. Then you can get Cole. No one's drafting Cole Beasley. This man was consistent, and no one's drafting him. He is a safety valve for him. 71 catches, 822 yards, 6 touchdowns. Very similar to a Jamison Crowder Cole Beasley did last year. And this is another stack that you can have and build around. All right. If you think Josh Allen's going to take that next step, all right, and definitely he could, because the supporting cast around him, the Buffalo Bills have done a very good job to build around him. Next stack, and this is for a select few, all right. It's a very select few. This is not a lot of people like Sam Darnold. That's okay. I love Sam Darnold. We'll see what happens this year, but this is another cheap stack that you can go to. Sam Darnold, get him. He's not being drafted. This is why this is a very simple stat. Sam Darnold going super, super late. He's not being drafted pretty much. He's at his ADP he's like pick 266. Le'Veon Bell, you can get in that. He's being pushed back. You get Le'Veon Bell in the 4th, 5th round now. He's in that cluster with David Johnson and Melvin Gordon. He's in that cluster. The Jets improved the offensive line. They totally changed it. This is a guy that had decent yardage at 789. And the passing game, the receiving game is huge for him. This is what brings his fantasy value to a whole nother level. If he gets more touchdowns, that's even better, which he should, with a better offensive line to open up the holes for him in the rushing and the receiving. All right. Because half the time he was staying in to block because their offensive line was shit. And then you got targets 5, 4, 5. 5, 4, 9. All right, 9 again against Philly, 10 against Cleveland, 9 against Buffalo. All right, you need that dual threat, especially in fantasy. We're all doing PPR leagues. I don't know anyone that's not doing PPR leagues, and if you are, you're cornball. All right, get with the times, yo. PPR I don't like seeing 65 to 41 scores. No, I want points. It's what I pay for, yo. We get only 16 weeks. I don't want to see no 32 to 62. Like, no, we're not doing that. We're not doing that. Pass catching options for Sam Darnold in this stack that are super, super cheap. Like I said yesterday, Jameson Crowder. I said earlier, Jameson Crowder. Very similar to Cole Beasley, 78 catches, 833 yards, 6 touchdowns. This is a very consistent wide receiver. The targets are there week by week. 10, 8, 11, 7. That's what you want. Week by week. Bashard Perryman is a sleeper who finished the year very strong as the number 1 in Tampa Bay because of injuries. Now he gets an opportunity to be a number 1 with the New York Jets. He has been being raved about in the training camp so far. And then this is the potential that you could see under the Adam Gase offense. Just give him a chance. You will see. He is very cheap. And you could see similar performances with Bashard Perriman with the New York Jets. And then to finish it off, this boy is going to be a problem. I cannot wait. Chris Herndon was injured last year, had a very good comparable season to elite level tight ends in 2018 to Jimmy Graham, to George Kittle. He had that type of rookie season with over 500 yards and 700 yards and 500 yards and 4 touchdowns. Chris Herndon is a huge X factor in this offense. We fed Ryan Griffin last year. If you could look at his numbers, we fed him once Chris Herndon was down, and he had a solid year. He had 5 catches, 100 yards, and a touchdown. 3 catches, 13 yards, and a touchdown. All right? 7 targets against Cincinnati, which is good. Another good game against Jacksonville. 4 catches, 66 yards, 2 touchdowns. 6 catches, 8 targets, 50 yards. That's what you want to see from your tight end, all right? These positive boom weeks. All right, and that's going to be the last stack for this AFC breakdown. I'm telling you now, I know you guys are not used to it, but stacks are the way to go in best ball, in seasonal leagues, and definitely DraftKings, because people win millions and millions of dollars with stacks, with correlation. Get your main guy, your quarterback, pair him with his number 1 wide receiver and number 2 sometimes, because some of these offenses are very, very potent. If you had Jared Goff, you would put him with Robert Woods and Tyler Higbee. Or if you not Robert Woods, you can do Cooper Kupp. They have funnel targets in these certain offenses, and you can reap all the benefits, okay? Thank you guys for tuning in. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Please follow me on Instagram and Twitter at MessageSD. Thank you guys for tuning in, and I will see you tomorrow. We'll go down to the AFC West, South, North, whatever it is. We'll see you tomorrow, all right? Peace.